A very good evening to you all. My name is Anam Kaushal and I'm a clinical and child psychologist by profession. And today I'm here to talk to you about parenting. Now, being a mother myself, I really feel that the day a child is born, a parent is also born. And the very moment when you hold your child onto your hands, you want to give the best of the world to your child. You want to give them good values, you want them to get good education, you want them to be a successful person in their life. And while we are giving all these things to the child in order to improve or to work upon their social, emotional, and psychological health, it is also very important what kind of parenting do we incorporate in order to give the best for our children. So, talking about positive parenting with you all, there are three important aspects of positive parenting. So, talking first, it is about giving a lot of positive instructions to your child. Second, it is all about mutual respect. Now, we very often want our children to respect us as we are parents. We want them to respect their elders, but do we respect our child is something that we need to understand. So when I say respecting the child, what I'm trying to put across here is that it is important to give a ear to what your child wants at one particular time. Say, for example, you want to go and cuddle your child, you want to kiss your child, but the child is not in a mood. And as a result, the child tries to restrict you coming closer to him or her. And at that particular time, do you leave the child um, by himself and not to show any kind of cuddling behavior or not? So that is a way that we give respect to our children. And positive parenting is primarily about giving teaching the child rather than punishing the child. Very often, as a psychologist, we see parents coming in for therapy sessions, and most of the parents they use punishment as a resource in order to deal with any kind of behavioral concern of a child. So we have some quick tips for you that you can work upon with your children, and that would probably help in the overall development of your child. So, to begin with, when we talk about positive parenting, one thing that is extremely important is being a positive role model for our children. It is very important that if you're looking forward that your child learns an acceptable behavior, then we also demonstrate the same behavior in our own conduct. If I am going to represent myself as a happy person, if I am being very nice and soft when I'm talking to my child, the child is going to reciprocate in the same manner. But the very moment if the child is observing behavior such as there is a lot of shouting in the house, as a parent, I'm screaming, I'm shouting, I'm howling, I am picking up fight. So the child is going to observe that behavior and will demonstrate the same behavior when ever you, like, for example, parents would say that I don't know, my child has learned this habit of hitting other people, and I don't know from where did he learn such kind of behavior. So usually these children who have a tendency of hitting other people or have other children in their school are usually the ones who are witnessing being hit by their own parents or being hit by their own sibling. So as a matter of fact, if we become a positive role model in front of our children, they tend to copy our behavior and they tend to demonstrate the same behavior in front of others. Secondly, what is important is knowing your child. It is very important that you know your child, you know about his ideas, his thoughts, his likes, his dislike. Uh, And let me tell you that um, the child preferences keeps on changing with time. So for example, you might have seen that you bought a toy for your child, and the child played with that particular toy for say about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a couple of weeks, and then gradually lost interest. So it is important that we keep on asking a lot of probing questions from our children in order to know what their preferences are, what they like, what is their favorite activity that they like doing. Because very often we have parents who come in and who say that I know my child really well and I know what my child likes, but nobody over here tends to understand that the child's preferences keeps on changing and shifting with time. So communication over here is extremely important. Sitting down with our children and communicating and talking to them, understanding what do they feel about a particular thing, and how what all do they like doing in their day-to-day life. And thirdly, I feel as a parent also that it is important for us to let our children uh, commit mistakes, accept the child with the mistakes that they do. Because when the child is conducting any mistake or has done anything wrong, that acts as a learning experience for the child, and as a result of which we learn from our own experiences. As an adult, we also make mistakes and we tend to learn from our own experiences. In the similar manner, instead of shouting or getting angry on the child that the child has done something wrong, accept the child's mistake and let it be a learning experience for the child himself. Then it is very important as parent to set clear boundaries for our child, which becomes our fourth important point over here. So it is very important as parent to set clear house rules and tell the child how important it is to follow those rules and why it is important to follow those rules. If these rules are set from the very beginning, it will be easier for the child to understand what does my parent consider or accept me to do, and those things that my parents don't expect me to do. So setting clear boundaries for our child is extremely important. So I'm going to close this session with one last point, which says you need to spend quality family time with your family members. Now, um, we all are busy in our work. We tend to leave home early in the morning, we come back late, and we don't get time to spend with each other as a family member. So it becomes very important that you have a family time where you all sit together, you talk to each other, you share what has been your daily course of event. And you can, if the child is small, then you can sit with the child and you can ask the child how was his day, what did he do throughout the day, and anything in his daily routine that he did not like, or anything that upset the child. So all these pointers that I shared with you are the pointers that we tend to follow as a psychologist, and we try to tell our parents also about the same whenever we have people coming in for therapy sessions. So practicing these would actually bring a lot of change in your child's life, and that will also help in developing the mental health of the child. So thank you so much, and stay connected. We'll be soon coming up with more such videos. Thank you.